according to the time on the phone, it's 9:22 in the evening slash night, and I don't usually make videos this late, but today I've just kind of just slept and just been in bed throughout the entire day. I would be in bed a lot of the day regardless, but today was different. I was just watching YouTube for the entire day, movies basically, and it wasn't, these movies weren't anything fitness related whatsoever. It was just something completely different, just some entertainment really, and that's it. Not anything that I'd use when going outside or anything like that. In yesterday's community post, I said I was going to talk about what happened yesterday, job opportunity wise. So here it goes. It might help me do what I've been looking to do today, which is have some sort of clear path for how I'd like to move forward from here, because I definitely don't want to do what I had to do yet. Well, not what I had to do, sorry, what I volunteered for yesterday whatsoever. And hopefully, or maybe, talking it through will help. So, very basically, I was there to coach, but that didn't happen at all. Not one bit. So very basically, I was just there helping people purchase stuff. But I'm not sure if that's how you say it. But that is basically what I did. Some people wanted to buy drinks and that, and I was there helping out with that, helping them purchase the drink and accounting it on the system with the help of the person I was shadowing. But after they taught me how to do it a couple of times, it was really easy. I definitely could do that if I were to go there tomorrow, which I'm not, but if I were to, that wouldn't be a problem whatsoever. But just because I can do that doesn't mean I want to. That's not why I went there. I didn't get coaching qualifications to help people pay for stuff. Now, although I would be able to take on the classes that they've got there, within a shift I might have 2 classes within a 4 to 5 hour shift, seeing as it would be part-time, and I therefore would be doing a lot less of what I truly want to be doing over what I actually went there to do, which is to coach. Now, I definitely would be able to pay rent in a gym and train people like that, but honestly, I'm starting to get into a crossroads, I think. I might actually have just been wanting to do online health coaching instead of actually wanting to do it. I'd much rather, especially if online health coaching was like how how volunteering was yesterday. After that, I'm not so sure I want to go down that route. I like making these videos, and imagine if I could earn from making these sorts of videos, or just long-term projects like getting in shape and staying in shape and making a book from that. Imagine if I could do that and have money coming in that way, and just be a creator of, just have or just create books worth or courses of information which people would be able to use to really help themselves out there. If I could do it, anyone could. And having book and course equivalent stuff, making these long-term projects, which I'd then be able to sell and keep getting money from even in my sleep, is something I'd much rather do than online health coaching, where I'd basically be paid to just be in a specific location rather than getting paid for how I could help someone. Because in the job opportunity I'd be doing at the place I went to yesterday, that would be it. I'd be getting paid to be there, not really because of what I'm doing. I definitely don't want to do that job. Even within the 4 hour mark, maybe around 3 hours or so of just standing basically in one place behind reception and letting people through sometimes here and there to train in the gym. I got a lot of foot pain, and I don't want to have to go through that every single day I go and work. Why is it that I would have to experience pain every time I work? There was someone I saw when I got there early, maybe about 20 minutes early, and I said what I was there to do, and I helped this person out who I wasn't shadowing. It was just someone that worked there, and I could just tell in how this person spoke to colleagues, for example, the person I was shadowing, how he just spoke about how he spoke to me, and how he went about doing his job, that he hates his job, or he hates going there, but he has other things going for him. So if he doesn't like it if he dislikes it as much as he seemed to yesterday, every time he works, I don't understand why he'd be there, especially seeing as he's got things going for him, or so he says. And I got that same sort of comments. Well, I heard the same sort of stuff I heard back when I was working at the customer service job I was working. People joking about not wanting to be there. I don't want to be in that sort of environment. And I'd be putting myself in that sort of environment if I worked that job and I say, yes, I want to take it. Just for the money. No. I've come to my senses. No amount of money, regardless of how desperate a situation I'm in, no amount of money, I will not let any amount of money do something that I don't want to do, that causes me physical pain. I don't want to. I'd much rather have money coming in from this or something like this. Maybe through YouTube, monetization, and other forms of monetization on different sites where I give different stuff and make books and courses about being in shape. I'd much rather that than be around people who don't want to work that job, who pick the job that they don't like, and where I'd be not coaching people even though that's what I got the qualifications for. Imagine if I could make books just like this guy. This was a book that I was going to read that to think about how I can move forward. I slept on the idea about how I'm going to move forward from here after yesterday's volunteering, and one thing that he said that really stuck in the mind was have an ever-evolving why. And this, in his words, could be a eureka moment. My ever evolving why, at least at this point, would be to feel pleasant physically from what I'd be eating, and to also do what I truthfully want to be doing, which would be something similar to what Akash has done with books and stuff. I'd much rather create books and courses about getting in shape physically and mentally too, than have to be on my feet all day. Now that would come with its downsides, like social isolation if I'm not careful. But that is something that I'd easily be able to manage by going and working at gyms or working out at calisthenics parks, for example, or just something like that. Yeah. There's so much about the job that I wouldn't want to do. So much. And even in this broken down financial situation that I've currently got right now, even in this situation that I'm experiencing, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not. I haven't gone through all this fucking stress to do a job I don't want. I really think that if I start eating healthily again, with the help of that claim, I'll be able to make more sense of how I go about making this a reality for myself. I can't talk about staying in shape if I haven't stayed in shape before. For example, for years, I can't talk about staying in shape if I haven't stayed in shape for that long. But I think this definitely would be worth my while giving it a shot and really trying my best with this, with these projects, these sorts of videos that I'm making money from this sort of stuff, like exercising, maybe even every now and then going to competitions if I want to do that have money prizes, meeting new people and stuff. Yeah. I think for now though, job wise, I think, as I said in the post, pushing for work at CrossFit gyms that has training up front would be my best bet, because it seems like everyone at this place that I was working at has been left on their own without training. And if I didn't volunteer and I just said, yeah, I'm willing to take on the job, I genuinely could be just there, just on my own, not being able to do my job properly. I'd basically be asking to get fired. Not because I wouldn't want to do it. Or actually, in fact, not only because I wouldn't want to do that sort of stuff, as that's not what I got my qualifications to do, but also because I wouldn't have the training to do my stuff, to do that job effectively. I really want to believe that I can get an income through doing something I truthfully want to do, to an extent where I like it a lot more than I dislike it. I want to believe that. And I'd want to believe that people would want to hear what I have to say about being in shape and staying in shape once I've got to that point. Just making those sorts of things would be the way to go, I think. I think I'd enjoy that a lot more. And seeing as this would be me doing my own thing, this would mean I'd either have to pay my own taxes and or get an accountant to do it for me. Or hire an accountant to do it for me. But I honestly would, or so I think, before trying it, would rather the idea of that, I don't know what the reality would be like, but the idea of that over being on my feet all day, doing something that I could have done without qualifications. That just would have been an absolute waste. Being able to sell courses and maybe even books from the qualifications that I would have got about the body, that would, I think, be a lot more up my alley than what I did yesterday, man. I knew that I might have to clean equipment as a part of the job, but what they're offering me is to stand behind reception, to count money, to turn the lights off, lock up the gym, maybe even clean the toilets. Yes, these are all things that I did not sign up for when getting my qualifications. I refuse to do that, man. Imagine that the person that I work with might have to clean the toilets if they're disgusting, both men's and ladies, every time they work there. Right. I think I'll leave it at that because it seems like the mind's gone clear. I don't have anything in my mind to say now, so I'll leave it at that. Very basically, that job is not what I want to do, and I'd much rather do my own thing, even if it is online health coaching. Just trying it out. I think that would be my way forward. To just try it and see if I'd like it, and if not, keep on pushing with making courses about overall health and selling what I would have learned from my qualifications and just getting a whole load from there that I'd then be able to make in the form of books and courses to give to people. I'd much rather that, man. That way, I'm actually getting paid for what I could teach people, which is why I went down this path of getting qualifications in the first place. To coach people, to teach people about exercise, sleep, nutrition, and getting people to manage their mental health in a way that works for them. So that's definitely a vital part to life as well. Alright. that's it. I think I've said enough for now. So see how things go after I get this claim. Start eating more healthily. That really should help. Now, actually no, not Universal Credit, DWP, Department for Work and Pensions, might be up my arse because I'd be wanting to get a job I actually want. I like the idea of coaching people, but I'm not sure if I'd like the reality after yesterday. That was not coaching though. That definitely was not. I did not coach anyone that day. Yesterday. I didn't coach anyone yesterday. But through having a job that offers an internship or a training program up front, I'd like to imagine that would be different. So I'll go down that route. I'll keep on pushing for it. And then eventually making my own stuff. Books and courses. Maybe even journals. Maybe even clothes. And exercise equipment too, maybe. Selling that sort of stuff. Maybe that. Maybe I'd try and go with that instead, eventually. I'm not sure if I thought out that having many sources of income would mean I'd have to do a lot more, but that won't necessarily be a problem if I like it. I have to find something that I enjoy doing. That'd be my way forward. Just keep on trying things out and eventually find something that I think is worth my while, and that I not only would be able to survive with money-wise, but also live my life to the fullest with, and that doesn't have limits. I don't want to have such as too little of an income. There definitely is such a thing as too much, which I'd have to be careful for, but I'd be able to scale it down when I think I'd have too much money coming in. But yeah, that's it. I think that's the answer. I'd have to do something I'd like. Whatever that is, I'm not sure if I've found it yet. I think coaching is the answer, but it's definitely not what I did yesterday. Definitely not. I didn't do coaching whatsoever. But hey, I've kept on saying that that's it for the video, but I've actually got to press the stop button for this video before it's not. So cheers to finding something that I like eventually.